Okay, today I'm going to show about how to work with JSP in Spring Boot. Okay, just create a simple project. How to how to create project? Right click, new, starter. Okay, select your project name and Maven version, Java version, and some input. And next tab you have to select the dependencies. I need JPA, I need web, I need something else. Select the starters. These are starters, not completely dependencies. Every starter comes with the internally some dependencies. Click on finish, it will create the project. Okay, after creating a project, after creation of the project, we can see this structure. Okay, this web app will not come automatically. This web app will not come. This is the structure will come. So we need to make our application as a MVC based application. We need to do some simple configurations. What is that? What is the simple configuration? First step, we have to create a web app folder. Inside that, web app JSP. It is a JSP based application. Next one is in the normal main method class. In the normal main method class, we have to write this code. We have to write this code. Extend the class should be extend Spring Boot Servlet Initializer and override configure method. In the configure method, just we have to add one line application resource dot application dot sources. Okay, so that this application become as a Spring Boot MVC supported application. Otherwise, it will not support MVC. That means what? We cannot send request, we cannot get response from the browser. Okay, then in the application properties file, whatever I told, if I add Spring Boot Starter Web, I need to provide some input to the application. For view resolver, we need to provide suffix and prefix. Suffix and prefix. We have to provide these two things. Dispatch servlet, there is no input required. Handler mapping, there is no input required. So in the my POM XML file, there is only one starter file. See here, there is only one starter file. Remaining two I added normally, but mainly I selected only Spring Boot Starter Web. Spring Boot Starter Web, if I add, Spring Boot automatically configure these three objects. One of those view resolver. For the view resolver, I need to provide two input. Where to provide input in the application properties file. Where it is available in the SRC main resource folder. There is one file, application properties file. In that, provide the dynamic input to the Spring Boot. What is the key Spring MVC view prefix equal to web.inf JSP. That means what? I am telling the JSP files are available here inside web.inf JSP. Okay, what is the prefix? What is suffix for that? .jsp. Every file is a JSP type. Okay, up to here fine. To make JSP supported, we have to add these two things. Okay, Spring Boot to support as JSP files, we have to add these two files. What? These two dependencies. What is that? Java extra servlet artifact is a JSPL. And second one is Tomcat embedded Jasper. Okay, these two are the purpose is to compile JSP files. We need to take some support. That is the purpose only we have to add these two dependencies. Okay. Okay, fine. I am writing steps here. Spring Boot. First, read about this. This is a very important point. Every interview, they will ask what is Spring Boot auto configuration. What is Spring Boot auto configuration? Spring Boot automatically configure or create some objects based on what all jar files are available in our class path. Okay. Example, if we have a JPA related dependency in our class path, then automatically configure data flow. If we have web related jar files in the class path, it will be create view resolver, dispatch servlet, and handler mapping. These three will be automatically created. Okay. If you both add these two dependencies, maybe I added MVC, I added web. Sorry, I added web, I added JPA. Then these two objects will be created by Spring Boot auto configuration concept. Fine. Any doubts up here? Any doubt? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, change no doubts.
So this is simple concept about the auto configuration. Now let's see how to create.
So Spring MVC database means dispatch is already.
No, normal Spring MVC application, what are all objects we have configured manually in Spring MVC, not about Spring Boot. While developing simple MVC based application Spring, we need to write a logic for view resolver, dispatch servlet, handler mapping. Yesterday I showed the example also. To write simple MVC based application, at least we need to write some 100 lines of code. But in Spring Boot, these things are not required. These are all objects automatically created by the Spring Boot auto configuration concept. Okay, how to know Spring Boot when this needs to be configured? These objects depends on what jar files, what starters we are adding in a class path. If we add web related starter, Spring Boot starter web, then Spring Boot identifies there are Spring Boot starter web dependencies are there in class path. So you need to configure these things. U means Spring Boot. If I add Spring Boot starter JPA, automatically configure data source object. Not only data source, it will configure multiple things, maybe entity manager, JDBs template, Hibernate template. Yes, I'm not sure. Hibernate template, session factory. Okay, entity manager factory and session factory, transaction manager. These are all will be created by Spring Boot auto configuration. Just if we add only one dependency in our class path, Spring Boot starter JPA. Okay, if we add Spring Boot starter JPA, automatically Spring Boot auto configuration concept identify that there is a Spring Boot starter JPA is available in our class path. So we need to configure all these objects. What are those? Data source, entry manager, database template, session factory, transaction manager. There are many, not only these three, there are many also. Okay. To configure all these objects manually from developer side, how much time it will take? How much time you need to spend for testing that code? This is a complex operation. To avoid that, Spring Boot provided one concept, that is Spring Boot auto configuration. Auto configuration, automatically configure the objects whenever you found the corresponding jar files in our class path. Okay, it's a simple thing. If you go for next example, how to create JSP application or Spring Boot with JSP. Okay, this is first step, first example. That's why I'm giving steps. First step one is we have to create a Spring Boot project. Okay, we have to get a Spring Boot project. Next step is create SRC, maybe web app / web -inf folder in SRC main folder. So first step, already you know how to create Spring Boot starter project with web, Spring Boot starter web. Copy this complete line to understand it more better. Web as a mandatory. Okay. Next step is create a web app / web in a folder in a SRC main. Go to SRC main. This is SRC main. Expand this. Here, this is not available. You have to create manually. Create web app / web inf. This is optional. /JSP folder under SRC main. Okay. Then next step is add below in pom.xml file. What are those? What are those? These two dependencies. What is the purpose of these two dependencies? You can see comment also. This is for JSTL support. What is JSTL? Java scripting language. This is for needs to compile JSP file. If we want to compile JSP file to dot class file, we need to use a second dependency. This is about third step. Next one is fourth step is extend main class with extend main class with and override configure method. Okay, this is example. I'm giving complete example. Okay, we have to add only this part, line number 134, 35, 36 up to 38. This is already came. Okay, this is the fourth steps. So almost now completed, and we have to add Spring MVC related configuration in application properties file. What are those? These are minimum. Okay, Spring MVC prefix and suffix. Okay, now our application ready with the Spring Boot with the JSP. Now we go to application and see in my JSP file there is only simple JSP file. I am printing some dynamic data $name. This name value dynamically will come from where? From the controller. Where is the controller? This is a welcome controller. I just written. Okay, this is welcome controller. Take a class, make that is a controller annotation. This already you know in the Spring MVC already I told. Not much. Request mapping to map HTTP URL with this method. In that I am putting some data name equal to welcome to JSP. Welcome to Spring Boot JSP awaiting. So whatever message I am sending, same message it will display in a browser that is in JSP page. Okay, in this JSP page, this name value will be replaced with this value. Then I'm returning one JS string value that is a JSP page. Previously I told about model and view. The model and view, whenever we are returning some model data and view name also, then we have to use model and view. If you are returning only simple JSP, we can use a string return type also. Both are fine. Okay, both are fine. Now tell me how to run this application. How to run? Previously we click on this, export into var file, deploy into server. Okay, and start Tomcat and go to the browser, hit a request. But now not required. Simply we can go application main method. Spring Boot automatically come with one class. Spring Boot example application. Whatever you given project name, project. See here, any relation you are finding. 1 second. just compare here the class name, how it is generated automatically. This class automatically given by Spring Boot, how it is generated. The first part is Spring Boot JSP example. Up to here, whatever project name you given, same project name and class name come. After that, the class name is appended with the application. This is the way Spring Boot generated main class method class name. Okay, just I'm repeating again. Spring Boot will create one class automatically whenever we generate project. Okay, that class name same as project name and appended with a application. If you create another class, maybe you can go here first, demo app 2. This is also boot. See here, what is the class name? This came demo app 2. Okay, this underscores icons will remove automatically. Demo app 2. After that, application. Go to next one. We have STS Spring Boot. Okay, here this project name is STS Spring Boot. After that, application is appended. So whatever Spring Boot generating one class, it is having main method. That class name follows one hierarchy, same as our project name. After that, just add the application. Okay, just remember this. Maybe a chance of asking interview. Next one is Spring Boot application annotation. This I will tell later after this class, this example. What I'm saying here, like file number 4, or file number 5, we have to add some prefix and suffix related to Spring MVC. Where is JSP file? What is the prefix for that? Here, if we identify this Spring Boot application properties file, here I added the MVC view prefix and suffix. Okay, whatever the data I'm returning in the controller, same controller value will be replaced in the JSP. That was simple application I designed. Now right click on this. Okay, already running and starting again. How to run this? Right, in the main class, run as Spring Boot app. Previously you did not observe run as Spring Boot app, but now we can see Spring Boot app. Spring Boot app, if you run this, what will happen? The main method will be start here. In the main method, we are giving one line, string application dot run. This is one plugin, I can say. String application is a class. There is one method, static method, run method. That's why we are calling with a string application class name. Okay, see this run method. This run method internally calling one method, run. This is responsible to create. What is that? This is responsible to create application context and bootstrapping application okay, and auto configuration and also like some predefined object creation. All this will be managed by this line. So in interview they will ask whatever Spring Boot generated the class name that contain main method. Inside a main method, what is the line is available? Inside a main method, what is the line is available? That is a string application dot run. That is a constant. That is a fixed line. String application dot line run. Inside that, first argument is our class name with a dot class file. Our class name, our dot class file. Second argument is and arguments, runtime arguments. Main method takes some arguments, right? Runtime arguments. So what it will do internally? It will bootstrap our Spring Boot application. What the bootstrap means? How to launch Spring Boot application as a jar file. Okay, as a simple artifact file. This will be internally managed by this line. This line completely doing the all Spring Boot activities, that auto configuration, profiling, and embedded servers. All these will manage the Spring Boot application dot run method. Without this, the application will not run as a Spring Boot application. So once check this. I'm typing this. I commented that line and run this. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen because nothing is there in the main method. So what this specific line is doing? This is Spring application dot run method. Take one argument. First argument as our class name. Second argument as input arguments, dynamic arguments from the main method. So what it does? It does basically internally bootstrap our Spring Boot application. Bootstrap means it will do many things, like maybe auto configuration, maybe embedded servers. All these things will manage. The components can all these will manage, and And whenever we start this application, whenever I start this application, internally bootstrap many things. Just see this lines one by one. What is this? This is a banner. Spring is a banner. So internally Spring Boot launching one banner file. Spring Boot having some banner file. That banner file is coming. So I want to change this. I want to change to start text. I can change this. I'll show one example how to change this one. So want to print your name like this. Want to print your name like this. Well, whenever we are starting Spring Boot application, you can do customization for this part also. Next one is starting Spring Boot application using Java 1.17. Maybe I taken Java 1.17, but you can work with Java 1.8 also. Okay, you can work with a Spring 1.8 also. It's not much. I'm going to start again. On no active profiles. No active profiles by default is default one. I will tell about profiling concept. I already told in Spring Boot there is one feature called profiles. Profiling. Okay, this is telling second line. No active profile set. By default is default. Tomcat is inside. Why Tomcat is came? Port number 8080. Why Tomcat is came port number 8080? Because I use Spring Boot Starter Web. Spring Boot Starter Web automatically comes with a embedded server, embedded Tomcat server. Embedded means with the code only the server will come. We don't need to deploy into external servers, external Tomcat. Previously, code is separate, Tomcat is separate. Okay, understand this concept. Again, I'm giving more clarity. Without Spring Boot, if we develop any Spring-based application, code is here, server is here. Okay, this is our application. This is our server. Okay, once the application is completed, we build into jar file or var file. So this is after the code is completed, build is completed, we have to convert that into jar file or var file. Basically, in the Spring MVC, it will come as a var file only because it's a web application, web achieve. This part, this var file or jar file, we deployed into external server. We deployed into external server. Okay, that external server may be Tomcat. That may be Tomcat or JVas. These are all server names. WebLogic, WebSphere. There may be different ones. Okay. What is the thing here without Spring Boot? Without Spring Boot, we need to deploy our application to external servers. Okay, we need to deploy our servers into our application to external servers. But if you see with Spring Boot, we need to write a code. With the code only, along with our application, there is one more concept called server. It will automatically come with the code only. Okay, automatically come with code only. So this is the functionality. What that means, this time after work is completed, we don't need to deploy into external servers. We have already server in our code only, so that directly we can run application. Okay, that is the concept of embedded server. By default, embedded Tomcat will come. Okay, and also we can change to something else, Jetty undertow. This also we can include into our code. Okay, that is about embedded servers. So in this case, same in line number 3, we are seeing by default Tomcat is came with our code only. So our code is starting with a server, that is a Tomcat with a port 8080. So I want to change the port 8080 to 2023. What I have to do? Okay, what I have to do? If I want to change embedded Tomcat server port, I'm writing here. If I want to change embedded Tomcat server port, what we have to do? Okay, in application properties file, in application properties file, we have to properties. We have to add one line called server dot port equal to your port number, your custom port number. If you want to run with 2023 or 2000 or 1000, you can change according to that your requirement. See here, I am adding server dot port equal to 2023 I'm doing. Okay, application previously started with a Spring Boot embedded Tomcat 8080 port number, but now check what port will come. See here, initialize Tomcat initialize port number 2023. This is very important question. Okay, at least for 2-3 interviews we will get at least this question. How do you change embedded Tomcat embedded server port number? How to change server dot port is a tag. We have to add in a application dot properties file. I added, so change the file port number. Then Tomcat starting. Okay, at least jar file scanned. Okay, it is not much important. Root web. So web application root context is what? Root context. Okay, application context path is nothing here. Context path. What is context path? I will tell. Give me some time. It will take 10 minutes. Finally, application is started. Application is started in less than 2 seconds. Okay. Now go to server. Go to browser. Localhost. Colon. What is the port number? What is the port number? What port number I given?
2023.
23 given. Slash. So previously in the MVC based application, after slash we need to give the project name. But here no need to provide project name because that is a context path. Whatever we give after first slash, that is a context path. In the context path, as a in the Spring Boot is empty. See here it is empty. So context path is empty. That means what? After slash project name not required, no need to provide. Directly provide your controller request mapping URL. What is request mapping URL? Welcome controller. Go to here. Welcome is a URL. Type is get. So we can do from the browser. Just do welcome. We got some response. Welcome to JSP Spring Boot JSP. Okay. This is very simple output we are seeing. That already we know is Spring Boot example, Spring MVC, we already seen this kind of examples, not much important. Now I want to give some context path for this application. Before entering that actual URL, we need to provide some context path. Maybe that first app. I want to provide first app. How to give the context path? That we can give to from the application node file. So anything you are giving as a dynamic parameter, dynamic property, we can give through application properties file. Server dot servlet path. Maybe something I don't know. I forgot that. Context. This one. Server dot servlet dot context path. If you give that first app, what will happen? Application startup with some context path. That means what? After 2023 port number, we have to give some project URL. That is called context path. See that line number, this one, I'm copying into Notepad for now. Okay. Then I'm starting again the application, stopping and starting. This context path must be started with slash. Okay. Slash first step. See difference. Previously, Tomcat is started with 2023 port number correct, but context path is now first step. That means if I directly run this application without context path, will not work. This is not found because previously it worked right, but not found. We expect what some context path. After first class, we have to give the context path. What is the context path we given? First app. Okay, this is about context path. So in interview, what they will ask mostly about these 2 points. So how to change the port number of this your application, Spring Boot application. How to change? How to change the port number?
By using the application.properties server.port variable.
Yeah, so in application properties file, we have to write one property called server.port equal to your custom port number. How to change the solid context path?
By using the application properties file with the properties server.sublet context path.
Okay, so by using, not by using, in the application properties file, we have to write this tag, this property. Okay, this is fixed. Server dot solid dot context hyphen path. We have to view the our application properties file. Maybe I'm changing now Spring Boot first Spring Boot app. This is the context path I'm giving. If I restart the application, what we have to change in URL? In URL, what I have to change? After first class, we have to give the context path. Simple. Okay. Now remaining things are common, not much explanation. So this Spring MVC flow only. Whenever I give a request from the browser, /welcome. Okay. Up to here, common. After this, we have given /welcome. Whenever first request came, the MVC flow is common. Can you someone tell me about MVC flow? Which components will involve? MVC flow అనేది బట్టి కొట్టున్నాడు ఎప్పటికైనా కానీ, ఎందుకంటే ప్రతి ఇంటర్వ్యూలో నేను డైలీ అట్లీస్ట్ డే అంటే ఒక 5 ఇంటర్వ్యూ చేస్తూ ఉంటా మినిమం. ఒక డేకి 5 చేస్తా ఇంటర్వ్యూస్. 5 ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లో అట్లీస్ట్ 3 ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లో స్ప్రింగ్ ఎంఈసి ఫ్లో ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్వశ్చన్ లేకుండా ఉండదు, అంత ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో మీరు నెక్స్ట్ ఇంటర్వ్యూకి అటెండ్ అవ్వాలి అనుకుంటే కనుక ఖచ్చితంగా ఆ స్టెప్స్ బట్టి కొట్టి తర్వాత ప్లాన్ చేయండి ఏమంటే. Somewhere at MVC flow. Okay, you can check from your side. I have already uploaded. Okay, since someone tell me MVC flow, what components involved, even right or wrong, no matter, just speak whatever you know. Chapalera? At least what components will be involved in Spring MVC flow?
Whenever browser gives some request to application, the request will stop at dispatcher sublet. Dispatcher sublet counts handle mapping, which controller class is going to handle the request.
Right.
Dispatcher sublet counts controller bean, which method is going to handle the request.
Right.
Controller bean will give a request in the form of model and view.
Yeah, controller bean method will be executed. That method may call service layer, DO layer, external services. That will give response as a model and view. Model and view is a class which contain model data
and view name.
View name. That will be handed over to the DS. Then
dispatcher sublet counts view resolver. It contains where is the view and type of the view.
Yes. Just include here one point. Dispatch sublet hand out DS will be called view resolver. View resolver will identify the view based on the prefixing suffix. Okay. Then that view response will be included as a dynamic response. That response will be sent back to the client. These steps అనేది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఆ 5 పాయింట్స్ చెప్పినామంటే ఇంకో మాట మాట్లాడండి ఇంగ్లీష్లో. Okay. And main next question is interceptor. Today also I faced one interview question. What is interceptor? Interceptor. What is the purpose of interceptor? Spring MVC last topic. Want to execute some logic before request issued. Once request issued and after response pursued. Okay. So here in this application models file, we configure these four. Okay, just remember about this for today. These four we configured. What are purpose of each key? Spring MVC view prefix, Spring MVC view suffix. These two for the view resolver configuration. These two for the application level, port number and context path. And so by tomorrow, someone, at least in our 3 people, try to create one project, Spring Boot project, which is MVC and JSP. Okay, MVC and JSP, don't use database. Just written one login page for me. I'll give one URL. What is the URL? HTTP localhost / first tab. This is the context path / login form. This is the URL I'll enter. Okay, from the browser. After entering this URL, I need to get response as one simple login page. That login page should be like it is having, this is login page. Just assume it should having only 2 fields: username, password, submit button. This is submit button. Once I click on submit button, just go to the server again, create one controller here, control by method. Okay, here written login success. No matter these credentials are right or wrong, don't validate, don't connect database, don't do anything. Just enter ABC XYZ anything and take a controller here. Just read these 2 things. To read the request param data, I told to use one annotation request param or the request param. I think already I told in MVC, right? Already told, right? Request param annotation, request param, path param, or path variable. I told already. Go defer that MVC application. Whenever I enter this URL, okay, this should return this page. The response should be this page. After response is generated, I have to enter username, password. After click on submit, you should return here one simple page, that is login success. Login success, simple task. For this URL, you need to write one controller like this. Okay, after clicking again submit button, take one more controller, one more request param, submit, something like that. Just read those 2. How to read? I told request param. Request param on annotation is there. Okay, just read that input, username and password. Just written as login success. No matter I enter wrong credentials, right credentials, don't validate database. These things are not required. Okay. This is simple task for tomorrow. Just try to do. If you do this simple task, you will get some confidence on how to build application. Okay. For this, I think no need to spend much time. 2 controller methods, control build methods, 2 JSP page. Why 2 control method? One is for login page. Second one is for success page, login success page. Okay, why 2 controller methods? To show, to return login page and to return login success page. Okay, this is a very simple, I think, not much complex. Try to do. If you do, you will get confidence. Otherwise, no. Daily, if you listen the concept, maybe any topics, if you don't practice, no use on that. Okay, fine. This is simple MVC based application by using Spring Boot with JSP. Okay, and I'm not much covering the examples on this Spring MVC because I'll cover as much as in the rest. because REST is important. REST and MEC both are similar. In the REST, we will return JSON. In the MEC, here we return JSP or timely. Okay. By combining Spring Boot MEC and Spring MEC examples, you just try to build your own applications. Just combine Spring Boot. Okay. Combine Spring Boot plus JSP, servlet JSP, plus Spring MEC. ఇప్పటిదాకా చెప్పిన ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ కంబైన్ చేసుకొని మీరే అప్లికేషన్ బిల్డ్ చేసుకోండి సింపుల్గా. ఒక లాగిన్ ఫాము, రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ ఫాము, డిస్ప్లే ఎంప్లాయీ యూజర్స్, ఎంప్లాయీ డేటా. ఓకే, click on edit, click on delete. If you click on edit, that should be show the edit page. If you click on delete, it should be delete the corresponding student data from database. Okay, from database how to connect I will show. Maybe I need to cover some more examples. Okay, I need to cover some more examples, JPEG repository, all those things. Meanwhile, try to do this example whatever I told. This one login page, submit button. After click on submit button, return a login success. Return login success. We want to compare, just compare, write logic here only in that model, in the control only. If username dot equals, don't go database, just compare here only. Dot equals star and double and. Okay, password, whatever received password from the UI, dot equals take. Both are correct, then return login success. Else login fail. Now it is easy, right, to understand. Okay, first return one JSP page. One JSP, it contains username, password. After click on submit, go to the application one control B method. Here compare whatever username, whatever password I given in the UI, read with request parameterization, and compare those username, password. Username should be star, password should be take, then only login success, else login fail. Return this data. This output I want to see by tomorrow. Okay, initially in the starting class only, start the class only, I will ask this task. How many will try? If you try this, you will get more confidence, no doubt on that. So I'll going for next topic, the Spring Boot. Next topic is dev tools. So dev tools, what is dev tools? Developer tools. What is dev tools? So in this application, see application server started. Okay, application server started. Now I want to change the response. Welcome to Spring Boot JSP. Instead of that, welcome to StarTech. I want to change something. If I change something in the code, it's automatically refresh or not? Go to browser, again give request. Still I see welcome to Spring Boot JSP. How to reload these changes automatically in Spring Boot? In normal MEC, that external Tomcat server automatically reload, but in Spring Boot, how to reload the changes dynamically whenever I do coding only. Whenever I do coding only, if I do any small change also, automatically it should reload the embedded Tomcat server. Embedded Tomcat, that is important. This is embedded Tomcat. How to reload that? For that, we have to add one simple dependency, Spring Boot dev tools. Spring Boot, okay, just to copy from the Google. Spring Boot dev tools, Maven. Just take 2.7, what version I taken here? Parent version 2.7.8. Take same version better. Okay, and paste here. This dependency is responsible. Version not required because I already told Spring Boot automatically taking care of the versions of the dependencies. So this dependency is responsible. It will monitor our application. It will monitor application code. If any small code changes is done by developer, automatically it will reload. And main thing is this will be helpful only at development time, because once we move to production, we cannot change the code. Even if we change the code, we have to redeploy application. Okay, this is only for developer purpose, development time. Now test this application, show your output. Then you can understand easily. I'm running this application. Taking more time. Might take more time. Okay. Starting. Okay, fine. Maybe some buffer concept, I don't know why it is giving. Maybe I can add this. Launch application. Let me restart ID. Okay, this started. Now go to browser. Go to browser and enter this. It will be welcome to StarTech. So now I want to change something in the code. Just observe the lines in the console at last. I want to change something, maybe anything, not only this controller. I am changing, like here, welcome to StarTech. In the case of here, welcome to Dev Tools I'm giving. After click on save, Control S or click on save, this should be automatically reload application. See, automatically reloading this. Who is doing reload? Again. Who is doing? With these changes, automatically the code is reloading. Who is doing this? This is doing by the Spring Boot Dev Tools. Okay, Dev Tools, what it will do? It will reload the application whenever we do some changes. See, affects automatically. Okay, it's not much complicated. It is only used for development time. Okay, it is only helpful in development time. Whenever we change code, the application should reload with changes. With changes. This we can achieve with dev tools. Okay. To what is the dependency name? Just copy the dependency and add into our XML file. Simple. Just to provide dev tools feature to our application, just add below dependency to our POM. Okay, you also can practice first without this dependency, do some changes. Okay, and the changes will not affect our application. To affect that, we have to restart the server. Without restarting server, we can add dev tools. We can add dev tools. The dev tools automatically reload the application. Okay. Whenever we change the code, application will not affect the changes unless restart the application. Okay, to make auto reload application whenever we change any code, okay, we have to provide dev tools support our app. Okay, this you can achieve with the dev tools. To provide dev tool feature to our application, just add below dependency. Okay, clear? I think doubt in now. Dev tools clear, huh?
Ante just if you change any code while developing, it won't affect to run the code, isn't it?
Can you repeat?
If you change any code while developing, after completion of every code, while running the code, it won't get any effect to the code, any bugs. That is what you are telling.
Yes. So if you don't have the dev tools dependency in our project, what will happen? See that I'm removing or commenting this one. That means I don't have any dev tools. So I started application. Okay, I'm testing my code. Here. Take this. Okay, I'm starting application. Why is error? Restart overload. Okay, so I don't have any dev tools in my project. Okay, I don't have any dev tools. I'm developing one simple application. Okay, I written some code. I want to test this. How to test? First, I have to start the application. I'm starting this. Okay, application started. I'm going to browser, hit the browser. I see the output. Welcome to DevTools. I decided that, okay, in my code, there is a simple mistake is there. Here, instead of space, I had to give underscores. I forgot that, so I'm correcting that. So to effect these changes, what I have to do? See, directly, if I reload this space, this is not affecting. This is not affecting. Still, I see the welcome to DevTools with the space only. But here, welcome underscore to underscore DevTools. How to affect these changes? Without DevTools. Without DevTools, nothing. Just we have to stop the application. Not only server, any normal application also. Just restart the server. Restart the application. Now go to browser, hit. You can see the changes output. Okay, again I felt that. Okay, so instead of underscore, I had to do hyphen. Again, I did a mistake. Is this affected again without restarting the application? It is not affected. What I have to do? Again stop. Again stop. Start. Go to browser, check. You can see that output correctly. Welcome to DevTools. Okay, again I felt that not DevTools. Welcome to Spring Boot. Again mistake. So I did a change. Go to browser and check. Is affected the change? No. My change is not affected. What I have to do? Again stop server. Restart application. Start application. Stop application. Small mistake. Correct that. Stop application and start application. This is the problem. To avoid that, Spring Boot provided one simple solution. You don't restart after your changes while developing time. I will take care of that restart in the application. Okay, you manually don't stop and don't start. I will take care of restart in the application. Immediately, whatever you do change in your code, automatically I will reload. I will restart my application. That is my responsibility. Whose responsibility? Dev tools. Spring Boot Dev tools. See that after adding Spring Boot Dev tools, first time I'm starting. Just I added Spring Boot Dev tools. I'm starting application. Go to browser, see the output. Welcome to Spring Boot is fine. I decided that this is not message not correct. I want to return. Hello, how are you? Return this one. See, I saved something. Again, it automatically reloading. See down. Observe this one. Automatically reloading. Go to browser. I did not start server again. Okay, restart not done from my side. Automatically started. See the output here. Okay, again I decided this is not hello, how are you? Hello, where are you? This is a code correct. Now restart, save the code. Automatically the dev tools identified there is some code change there. So I have to restart the application. So it is restarted. Go to browser. See your output. Again that, okay, I felt that hello, how are you is fine. Where are you fine? This is, I want to add this one. Just save this, automatically reload the application. See the down logs, automatically reload the application. See output. Just add one space also. I'm adding one space. I added, did not saved. See, did not saved. That's why it's still not reloaded. If I click on save, now it Spring Boot Dev Tools identifies there is code change, maybe small or big, no matter. There is code change, so I have to reload. Fine, right? It is reloaded automatically. So go to browser and see your output. Save it automatically when spaces came after this. Okay, one space will come. Okay, one more example. After star, I'm giving ABC. I did not save it. So not reloaded. Not reloaded. Go to browser. Still you see star only. After that ABC not came. When it reload? After your changes, you have to click on save. Then only Spring Boot identifies there is a change is there in the code level. So it is restarted again. Go to browser and see the output. So now you understand already what is the DevTools functionality. What is the DevTools functionality? Okay, this is high level functionality of DevTools. We can do maybe much customization. I can say customization means don't reload application for every change. Don't reload for every change. I will tell how to reload, when to reload. That also we can do customization. I'm not going to cover much things because DevTools is very least priority. Okay, very least priority. We use, but we customization these things no one will do in the project level. Okay, this is least priorities. That's why I'm not using maybe covering much concept here. Okay, this is about DevTools, simple change, simple feature, easy to work. But main thing here is this DevTools will be used only in the production, only in the development. This DevTools useful only in development time. Okay, all of that. Okay. First line there. In production, this is not required. Okay, because in production no one can change the code directly. Okay, no one change the code. I will click on save. These things are not there. That is why DevTools are not required in the production. This is only for development time. And fourth one is no XML configuration. So whatever we see in the Spring core or Spring MVC, there are many XML configuration. The Spring core we configure Spring Beans. Okay, I told first example how to configure the Spring application with the XML configuration. Okay, this XML configuration completely removed from the Spring Boot. Okay, completely it is a Java configuration. This is one feature. Okay, because Spring Boot can support XML configuration, but more major support is Java configuration. Okay, complete XML configuration is removed. Fine. So tomorrow I'll cover accelerator concept and profiles. Both tomorrow I'll cover. And day after embedded servers. Okay, tomorrow day after is embedded server. So mostly Spring Boot feature will be end here. Wednesday. Then 9th, 10th, 11, 12. I will tell these two. REST and JPA. Okay, so mostly next weekend we'll complete major topics. After that depends on your requirement, what you want to cover.